the moon. Let's talk about it. And before you swipe on or move to the next video being like, this is going to be a whole load of airy fairy shit, listen up, just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. So, I started kind of looking into the moon when I was in my deep shit. So I was kind of probably looking for distractions, then actually looking at what I needed to deal with, and starting to research the moon was one of those. I was like fully convinced that the moon was going to solve all my problems and I was going to be a moon worshipper and everything was going to be amazing. But what I did find was a few interesting little things that I've actually taken with me and brought into my new kind of routine and new lifestyle. Now, you're not going to see me out dancing under the moonlight or drinking moon water, each to their own, you do you, but I have taken little bits that suited my lifestyle and made me more positive, and I suppose made me pay attention to giving myself that little bit of time and self-care and a check-in every so often. So going into the sciencey bit of it, we all know the moon has its gravitational pull. We know this. It's what it pulls the sea towards it, causing our high and low tides. The gravitational pull slows down the Earth's axis, the way it spins. You know, I'm not a pro. So that gives us our 24-hour day format. I think if without the moon's gravitational pull slowing it down, it would only be about an 8-hour day. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it helps towards incorporating our seasons and stuff like that. So the moon has a huge impact already on the Earth and how it rotates, the sea and everything. So even if we take the sea and look at what we are made up of, we are predominantly made up of water. So if the gravitational pull can affect the sea the way it does, why wouldn't it affect us? Like, you hear a lot of wild dreams coming up to the full moon or the new moon, or different emotions, or being tired or being highly energized. So I started kind of doing a little bit of research down the line of the moon and kind of pulling out of what I found really beneficial. So adding in a few new moon and full moon rituals, and I found that it really did help me. It around my affirmations and letting go of things. So the new moon is kind of about starting up something, and then the full moon is about getting rid and letting go of certain things. So yeah, I really started kind of getting into that and then checking in on what kind of moon cycle we were in. Each zodiac sign correlates to a different moon phase, and you may feel different things throughout that phase. Now, I'm not going to go into big detail now, but over the time I will go into the certain different phases and just give a few tips and tricks on what you could be doing, and what my kind of like moon routine would be, if it's letting go of things, if it's writing affirmations. I will kind of guide you through different styles of things, and you just take what you want, you change it up to the way you want. But how in my mind I look at it is, if you were taking on that every full moon or new moon you were to do a ritual, you're giving yourself half an hour of peace and time to yourself. If you're writing affirmation, you're writing good, positive things about yourself. You're putting positivity out there. The more you put out there, the happier you're going to feel. It goes back to showing gratitude. If you were to, as I hugely recommend, write your 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for every day, you naturally look for more positivity throughout the day. You are more grateful for little things, putting you in a better mood. You look at things different, your mindset starts to shift. So if you're starting to do your affirmations once a month, you're now checking in, you're putting the good vibes out there. Take the moon out of it. If you were to even just do it one day a month, you will noticeably start seeing that you become a more positive person. a monthly check-in of being what your goals are and reminding yourself how strong you are or what you want to achieve, and then also a monthly check-in of what you need to let go of. So if it is letting go of a stressful event in work, you are acknowledging it and you are purposely, I can't speak today, letting go of it, and that is what is important. It doesn't, like, I'm not zoning in on the moon being the, now trust me, they're like, people do hugely, you know, huge moon worshippers, and I'm all for that, but I just pulled from what I wanted from it, and I think that's what's important in everything, is pulling what you feel will bring better things to your life. And this is kind of what I pulled from it. So the moon is a huge energy. Everything is energy. We're energy, the earth is energy, and doing it on a new moon or full moon is when they say that the moon is at its highest energy. So your own body and your mind is also at a very high energy frequency at this time. Like anything, everything is, we're just made of energy, and doing it at that time just, I suppose, brings it to another level. I hope this is making sense. This is just how I translated it, if you want to say, into my routine, into how it works in my life. But I would really recommend doing your own research, and it's not all airy fairy. Sometimes buddy saying hello. You'd be surprised how much you can get out of it when you acknowledge it. But that's kind of my little insight into the moon and how it works for me. There is a full moon coming up on the 18th of this month, so I will do another video kind of describing the moon in its zodiac sign, and kind of what you could be feeling and what rituals and stuff that I will kind of be doing. And look, you take from it what you will, but even if you just take the half an hour just to sit down and check in on yourself, it's surprisingly invigorating. But yeah, that's just my little quick moon chat. I hope you learned something from it. If not, it has piqued your interest to maybe learn a little bit more about it. As I said, I'm not an expert. I just done some research and took what I will. And I think that's what everybody should do. And exactly do what suits you and your lifestyle and what makes you feel good. That's it. Blah, blah, blah. That is the goal at the end of the day. A happier you, better mindset, and just living a better life. So yeah, peace out.